Hold on, let me just like clear my throat for like 5 minutes.
There we go. You set everything to disabled.
What?
Everything was disabled.
I don't know why I would have done that.
Huh.
Jesus, that was loud.
Huh?
Alright.
Alright. You guys hear us now?
And I need to turn Antibody down.
Ya-da-da, na-da-da-da-da. Just Monica.
Can confirm there is sound.
Perfect.
Does everybody sound good?
About as good as we're gonna get.
I don't know. Do I?
We're waiting for Mercy to stop quoting Frozone.
I want her to never stop quoting that.
Yep.
Never.
He can, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I had to
My
mute that.
work brain just was like, alright, how do I get out of the settings for this game? And then I clicked exit game.
Quote is finished.
You tell me what to do this, woman! Sorry.
Where is my super suit?
Why do you need to know?
For the greater good. I'm the
Greater
only
good.
greater good that
Never gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm getting a phone call. Give me a quick second.
Alrighty.
It's all good.
How dare you have a life outside of this?
How dare you?
I need to get a voice modulator thing for streams so that like I can pull off more scary monster voices and stuff.
Go for it.
Or
You know what?
early voices, because I can't do those either. I have a very limited range of like low like this, right? And like really kind of goofy, but
I'm breathy and a little bit husky, you can tell.
I need to turn on my sound effects.
Sweet
Man.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
who's in here really besides the main crew? Like we don't have any guests, do we?
Not yet.
We
Yeah.
have no guests.
People tend to roll in after a while.
Yeah.
Was that a dice
I
rolling
mean-
pun?
Fallen, did you post anything in the
Yeah.
Yes,
in
it
any
was.
of the Discords?
Fallen is like
the
half
back
awake
room.
right now, so.
I'm also trying to eat because I'm hungry.
I'm seeing 3 people that aren't us in this chat.
Let me throw it in stream news. I'll do it for you.
Do a nice
I'm
at
really
everyone as
about to throw
well.
it in there now.
Yeah,
okay,
you
never
gotta
mind.
add everyone.
No, I don't want to tag Ultima.
Oh.
God damn it, you stupid fucking computer. God damn it.
Hey, chat, is everybody's voices good? Do I need to turn any specific members up?
I'm gonna post it in Nick's server.
I'm just
Do we need to do a count off? Like everybody take a turn to say something to make sure our voices are good?
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Roll call.
Roll call.
I guess we go in order of chat. So obviously, Kane,
Hi.
Delia.
Everyone sit back here.
Hi everybody, I'm Delia Evermore. I like beer and kicking ass.
Oh shit, can I do mine again?
Nope,
Dungeon Mom. Okay, that's me. Kiki.
Is muted.
they are muted.
Wah, wah.
They've got a phone call. Right
Alright, possible here.
Okay, Percy. Saberna.
Finally, we are family again. After all these years, we are here. I'm so happy. Except for Val.
And Val.
And
Okay.
Unsan.
I'm
have a
here.
bubbling
I'm almost
spur?
dead, though.
Yes, I'm here.
You'll be fine. Just throw some dirt in it.
Alright,
Don't
Zan.
think that's how it works.
I'm
well,
pretty
here's
sure
that.
it's how it works.
I like how Kita forgot about me.
I
I'm
did say
back.
Zan, but then you started talking.
Sorry for the delay.
Oh.
And Kiki.
And
Made
now
it.
we have Kiki.
Everybody's voice is accounted for.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
Yay.
I'm here.
Fortunately.
Right. How do we do this again?
Oh.
Kind of
we
just
have to
have.
do our,
We have to do our roll.
our big dick roll.
Yeah.
Roll for
Oh
it.
yeah.
All right.
Did
Who's
you
gonna
have
get
the scene
right?
switched?
Yeah, D20.
Oh, just D20. Right.
7. Yeah.
In-
Aw, chops got closer to the
Oh.
Oh!
Just edged me out.
Nice.
Word choice.
Well,
Deliberate word choice.
Grizz, make sure you have the scene switched.
looks like Percy is big dick
Yep.
energy. Oh, scene switch. Scene.
I don't remember what that does.
You
Gives
can
you
use it to,
advantage.
advantage it up.
It's like a you get advantage.
It's what, like a
on one
luck roll? It's like you
Cool.
choose a roll you want to take advantage on. Use your big dick energy.
I gotta say that looking at our stream UI setup with like the map laid out looks way better than looking at it on Roll20 from my perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, how do I incorporate our overlays to Roll20?
I think you can actually like. I was watching another D&D stream, and they were using Roll20,
Mhm.
and they had the membership one, and it looked so
Did I?
clean and fluid, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe we'll all chip in and give Kina a sub.
Colin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not too worried about
Oh, never
Roll20.
mind, you
So,
realized
Zan knows, but like, there's this other virtual tabletop that I'm following. So
Yep.
that's going to be launching in beta later this month. And
What's the name of it? Because I think I'm part of it too.
Foundry.
I think that's.
My friend was telling me about one that he uses for his Sunday group. That's not Roll20. I have to ask him what it's called, but it's one that's out already.
Yeah, this one's in development, but it's pretty cool so far. And
Oh, Voodoo Goblin, yeah, Fantasy Grounds. That's what I was thinking of.
yeah, Fantasy Gowns is very much established, but it's also like
You
It's
have to
kinda
pay
bloated.
for it.
you
Yeah.
do have to pay for it, and it's bloated, so like it can be a bit draining on the system. So I mean, it is good. It has so many features, but the like girth of features is kind of to its
God.
detriment.
Ugh.
We're
yes,
choice.
you guys
Of
are just
features.
some weird words.
You're
today.
welcome.
We're happy to be back.
Bunch of
Yes.
visual
We're happy, okay?
Very happy.
We're horny to be back. Wait, that's called excited.
We're very aroused to meet you all.
Aw. Well, guys, I'm gonna end stream here. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. See you next Tuesday.
And fade to black.
Kane turns on the whole party.
All right, good to start.
If everybody is ready.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
I'm sounding a little quiet from everybody. Oh.
So, I was just double checking, and I have good news. Our party isn't out of heals. We have a single heal left.
Oh, from you.
Zed's just gonna run
Yeah,
straight
I have
towards you like.
one lay on hands left.
Alrighty. Am I better now,
Alright.
or do any of you turned up a little bit?
I'm afraid I have a full use of lay on hands.
Oh.
Oh! For some
I'm
reason,
a-
someone,
I'm a healer
someone
too.
thought you were out.
Shh, we're
No,
trying,
Yeah,
for some
we thought you
reason,
were out.
someone said you were out.
shh, we're trying to kill him.
Alright,
We're
let's
trying to
start.
kill him. Don't-
I thought that everyone was out of their healing, so that's my bad.
Guys, we're trying to kill Xanthanoff. We're not trying to save him.
Alright, let's begin!
Yeah, let's
I
start.
mean, what are you at right now?
Up a little bit more. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, guys.
Alright, what's happening with Walt Disney?
He's about to get hooked up, I'll tell
I
you
think
that.
Mickey Mouse just
No.
became public, whatever it's called.
Public
like
domain.
Public domain?
Yeah, like it just became a thing like the other day.
Mick
Huh.
Mouse?
That is crazy.
Oh,
Because they
oh.
changed the entirety of copyright law purely so that would not happen.
No, right. They just keep extending it. It's like they can't do it indefinitely, like as far as making the law you can never be public domain. It's they just keep changing it to like how many years something cannot be. But
No.
this time either it
For-
hasn't gone through or it was denied this time for copyright
That
laws.
is crazy.
So wait, so
and I
Mickey
love
Mouse
that.
isn't copyright anymore?
I believe it's public domain now.
Holy shit.
That is
He's
fucking
mine now.
insane.
And-
Fuck you,
And
Walt
that's
Disney.
something that happened very recently. That's probably why.
Dude, fucking, they tried to sue Dead Mouse because of his shit.
Alright,
Go fuck yourself!
guys.
Stop.
Alright, anyways, yes, let's start.
Yeah.
Gina, you're up.
Just kidding.
Or not. That's
Um,
cool
Dead.
too.
Did Kina die?
Kina is AFK.
Funny
Alright.
story. I muted myself because I was coughing, and then I forgot that I
Oh.
muted myself, so I've been talking this whole time.
You're taking away from
Okay.
our GM experience. Cough straight into the mic.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Fuckers. Do this. All right. Hi everybody. My dogs are barking now. Yay.
Par for the course.
But of course, let me just close the door.
This is
Anyway, where we left off was the entire party had gone to the palace in the city of Quen'Yalar to go investigate what the heck was happening after ghouls and other undead had been unleashed upon the city. And in the process of exploring the palace, they found a few, interesting, useful items. And apparently some kind of mischievous, creepy, perhaps childish, invisible entity that started fucking with them.
A ghost.
And also, since they had skirted the city streets of zombies, but had neglected to close the door behind them when they went into the palace, eventually the zombies caught up with them. So everybody was fighting a few waves of zombies, like 9 zombies or something. But anyway, few people are a bit damaged. Most of the party's health is pretty good. And at the last zombie that was in the palace, because I think it was Kane, had finally managed to shut the door on the other zombies outside. So you've dispatched the zombies within your immediate vicinity. You don't know where the invisible thing is. And Tas'ar Olor'ieth, the curator of the entire city of Quen'Yalar, had burst through the giant doors that you previously had been unable to break through. Ta-da! Tas'ar. Yes. So, you see, Tas'ar is a high elf-looking wizard type person. He's got flowing robes, has a staff. He looks a little maniacal right now, like he's been through some shit or seen some stuff. And he sees you guys and calls, "Halt! Are you friend or foe?"
Friend or foe?
It would say the same thing to you.
That remains to be seen, sir.
Yeah.
As of right now, we can act civil.
He looks around. He notices that there's no guards, that the palace is just basically empty except for some crumpled zombie corpses and you guys. And he has his staff outstretched, but more in a defensive manner as he approaches, and he's kind of eyeballing you guys. And I'm going to move him forward a little bit. He's going to come over here. And he's sizing you up, right? And then, let's see, who's nearest him, I guess?
Me.
Be Zan.
Directly
Zan
on
just
his
cold
left.
clocks him upside
I mean,
the head.
are you even standing? Or are you like kind of on the ground, kneeling against the wall?
He's leaning up against the wall, sitting down.
All right. He's going to look at you and warily walk close with his hand outstretched, and say, "Are you all right?"
I mean, I've gotten thrown against a statue by a fucking ghost, so no.
A ghost. And he looks around like, "What do you mean a ghost? What's been going on here? Please explain. Somebody explain what's been going on."
There's a fucking ghost up in your attic.
Ah. And you see this kind of look of that pass over his face.
Yeah, that.
He just kind of waves his hand. That's been causing you problems?
Kiki's gonna step forward, and she's got a big ol' smile on her face, and she tilts her head and says,
You mean to tell me you have no idea what's going on in your kingdom, your castle, your domain? Nothing at all?
he's going to look at you and say, well, the problem is I have a very good idea of what might have happened, and I have no control over that.
Well, I have a very good idea of your leadership skills.
He's going to be a little bit insulted. But look here, young lady. It's not so much about leadership as the appearance of leadership.
So you're just like most government leaders, you're just a face, you have no actual power. Got it. Good to know that the world is still working the way it should be.
You know. He's gonna kind of draw himself up a little bit because he is insulted. And like, look, I have power. Just maybe not as much as you may have been led to believe. We can fix this. What,
We?
Well, I mean, you know, you're here.
You mean
What-
us.
what-
Got
what-
it.
He's kind of like chewing on his words, looking around, assessing the situation. Okay. You guys are here. Why are you guys here?
I just followed everybody.
Can I answer that?
I feel like that's like the story of Kane's life.
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time always.
Sounds about right.
So, Percival's just gonna like walk up to him, like probably about Kiki's distance, and go, "We kind of thought this was your fault."
Well, it's not really... I mean, I've been doing what I can to prevent an episode like this. That's been my job, is to prevent what's maybe happening right now. But,
So what you're saying is, it is your fault.
kind of, maybe.
Figures.
There were wards in place to prevent this kind of incident, so something has failed, and I need to figure out what has interfered with the protections. Quen'Yalar is an ancient city. It has been home to many undead from previous, times in history. We managed to reclaim much of the city from the undead, and had set up wards to hold them at bay, and had maintained strict procedures for, making sure that nobody, everybody stayed in their lane. We had our part of the city that was safe for the living, and that the dead and undead had their section of the city that was protected for them.
So what you're telling me is that you decided to open up this place to the living, to outside folk who had no idea, knowing full well that this sort of thing could happen, thus putting people in danger. And, I remember distinctly that there was another place just like this, where they kind of held creatures, very large creatures in it, and said, it'll be fine, open it up and make lots of gold. And I'm wondering, history truly does repeat itself, and you have failed as a leader, so it is not us that needs to fix the situation, it is you as a leader who needs to fix the situation. We have almost no part of this, we just do not want to die.
Okay.
I'll speak up real quick. We
Okay.
can help you for a healthy sum of gold. Seeing your large income today, I wouldn't mind lending a hand for some reward.
All right.
Al picks up the sound
Not enough.
of money.
How does... He looks at all of you, kind of counting. How does 100 gold per person sound? If you help me secure the city.
Make it 150. Shit. I can roll like a persuasion check.
Yes, do a persuasion check, please. Ooh,
Oh,
very nice.
All right.
He is persuaded as fuck.
Okay.
All right. He looks quite eager. I accept your terms. 150 gold per person. You, all of you, and he eyes each one of you, will help me figure out what went wrong with the wards and to make sure the city is secured for everyone's safety.
I have one more term, if I may.
And Kiki's gonna step forward just in front of him. And she'll tilt her head and she'll look him over, and with a nice big ol' smile, she'll say,
I'll agree to help you, just like everyone else. However, I want you to be very honest with us. Promise that you won't lie to us. You must tell us everything you know. And do not leave out a detail. Do not tell a single untruth. If you do, I'll cut your tongue out.
Deal? And she'll extend a hand.
Actually, can Zan... I want Zan to walk up and stand next to him. And
I mean,
go,
you can kind of clamber like,
He's
the
crawling.
injured person.
Are you going to like menacingly zombie walk towards him?
We all react poorly and shoot him.
An intimidation roll at a disadvantage there, buddy.
I don't know.
He's Bill fucking Murray in Zombieland.
By the way, I am going to be rolling Intimidate for this, even though she is smiling. Okay, well, that's kind of...
With Zan, with what he can do, can that nullify the intimidation to have it just be a base intimidation roll?
No, fuck off.
No, she did her and
really?
frankly, in your less than healthy state and trying to intimidate him, you'd have disadvantage.
Even if he took off his mask?
Even if you did that, then you just have a straight roll, because advantage and disadvantage would counter each other.
This is my deal. Get out of here, tree boy.
Tree boy.
All right, fine. Never mind on that. But I am gonna walk up to him as well and say, I do have an offer as well. I will take 100 gold if you give me as much knowledge from your library as you can possibly muster.
He's gonna look at you and say, well, if you're looking for knowledge, you'd have to negotiate with Priest Erden. I'm more just the overseer of general functions. But I will give you this. And he's going to rummage through his robes, and he's going to pull out a full health potion and pass it to you.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Kiki is sneering at this point 'cause she's waiting for her answer. Her foot's tapping impatiently.
So if you take the health potion... Wait, what are your hit points at? You're at 2 out of how much?
10.
Oh, well then just go all the way up to 10.
Okay. Alright, Zan will back up now.
Okay.
And Percival's gonna raise his hand and go, I'll do it for 50 if you call the parade off.
I'm pretty sure
the parade's kind of, like, maybe if we do a victory parade after all the shenanigans. But, okay.
No parade.
So, Tas'ar Olor'ieth addressing Kiki. Look, I understand you've been drawn into this. None of you really understand what's going on, and I only have an inkling of what may have gone wrong. But let me explain what this place is. Okay?
No. Before that, you will shake my hand, and you'll make the deal. You'll tell me the truth. I won't hear another word. I know how you mortal races are. You don't tell any truths. You're not held to any standard. So go ahead, shake my hand. Let's make the deal.
His eye twitches, and then he passes his staff from his right to his left hand and offers his hand to you.
Alright, she'll shake it, and she just smiles proudly and lets it go and puts her hands on her hips.
It's that kind of clammy, like, half handshake, when, like, someone, like, really doesn't want to hold your hand, but they did it because they had to.
Yeah.
He's so bad at handshakes. Jeez.
You're not hired, sir.
Okay. Alright. Quen'Yalar is an ancient elven city. Okay? It was a jewel among elven cities in its time. But, after Balesh, and he, like, throws his fist to the air, came and released the drow upon the surface world, and started meddling in the affairs of mortals, Quen'Yalar suffered. And with it, the culture the beauty, the artisanry of the High Elves of Quen'Yalar was also dying. And so, my ancestors decided to set up a defense against the ages taking its toll on Quen'Yalar. And, some generations back, great-grandfather took it upon himself to be, preserved in such a manner as he may protect Quen'Yalar and its citizens that had fallen there, and those that chose to live in the future. And with his blessing, I was able to carve a small portion of the city to keep alive what had been its past glory, and to let future generations experience what was so wonderful here. And something has gone wrong, and I fear that the ire of my great-grandsire has been awoken. And we got to figure out what's pissed him off. Something has gone wrong. Something has ideally we need to set up the wards again to at least create the barrier between the living and the dead, but ultimately we're going to have to consult with a mummy lord.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
A mummy lord. Yes.
Is that anything that any of us would know?
Roll an Arcana check. Everybody who wants to.
I'll roll for fun.
Absolutely not.
Oh no, that was disadvantage.
Delia knows.
Hey, we both know.
Y'all been vacationing here for a while.
Hina.
Yes.
I accidentally had it set as disadvantage, so
you can reroll. Go ahead.
Should I reroll? Okay.
We like rolling. Rolling is fun.
There we go.
There you go.
Zan also knows.
Well then, appropriately, the thought of a mummy lord being somewhere near you should make, Delia really fucking edgy. So, you know how, a mummy is, a really powerful undead?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so, a mummy lord is, way more powerful.
Oh. And you've just got that stored away.
Yep. There's just
city.
Fucking stored away.
There is a
lot
city.
Of undead.
Yep.
Honestly, you should have been charging to seize this mummy lord, whoever that is. It sounds like a great hoot.
Yeah, I would have paid more to see I agree with him.
So, those rumblings that you heard were the mummy lord yelling directions and releasing his curse. So someone pissed him off and triggered the curse of the mummy lord on the city of Quen'Yalar.
Do you have anybody who would possibly want to betray you at this time and moment? Somebody jealous of your position of seer of weird place?
The curator is gonna facepalm basically right now and run his hands through his long hair, just this kind of aggravated, I hope not face. So I am a person trained in the arcane arts and the showmanship, let's say. But I have another partner that has handled most of the magical day-to-day details of running Quen'Yalar. Now, it has been his responsibility to maintain the security. Basically, he runs the wards, right? And he's also the guy who, administers the magic for your the magic illusory headbands. What helps add to the illusion of participating in Quen'Yalar. And he's the one who enchanted the statues that, will orate the history of Quen'Yalar if you give them, like, the silver piece. Right? So, he's very magically, mechanically inclined. When I first saw the undead coming, I fled to the interior of the palace to my office, where I keep a scrying orb that's in communication with my partner. You may not have heard of him, but he's known as Jordan the Quizzical.
Jordan the Quizzical?
Jordan the Quizzical.
Is Jordan spelled normal or is it fancy?
It's spelled Jordin.
Alright.
Does that ring a bell with any of us?
Well, you heard him mentioned that if you wanted to have illusory headbands that worked outside of Quen'Yalar, that you'd have to talk to him, because
yeah.
That.
We will be talking to this man.
So, I had gone through speak with Jordan and received no answer. There's nothing, and then realized that that's a problem. But was soon, set upon by ghouls myself, and I had to deal with that. And once they were dispatched, that is when I made my way for. See, the palace gets locked down. Like, there's areas of the palace which are unsafe for the masses. We have, like, just like the rest of Quen'Yalar is kind of shepherded for safe zones, and then there's areas that are not safe. So too is the palace. So this open area of the palace is for visitors, and we keep that in good order. But there are places further in where the palace is more decrepit, and there have been activities from unfriendly, people that used to live here.
Probably people who are pissed off at you for turning their burial grounds into an amusement park. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You're pretty right.
How could you betray your people like this?
I mean, betrayal's in the eye of the beholder.
And correct, and I have all 7 of them on you right now, and I judge you harshly. This was your nation. This was your
not
city,
a beholder
your
too, is there?
I hope there's not a beholder.
I don't know what either one of these things are, but anyway.
Should we start possibly heading to this location where we need to speak to?
Right. So that's what
Lord?
I've explained somewhat of the situation as I know it, but you came from out there in the streets. I've been up here. What have you guys seen?
Lots of running, weird demonic mice, and zombies.
Zombies?
Just zombies. Anything else?
Dead people.
A large fat man we had to try to get into a cart. Forget his name.
Oh, I know that.
Costume, jewelry, very large, kind of lamb chop face.
He's corpulent, very corpulent.
Okay. And you said he made it safely? Mr. Burgess, yes.
I actually do not remember. Oh, he did, Wunderbar.
Him and Winston, the bard guy, made it out.
Winston and Burgess. Okay.
Yeah, Winston.
So there's a look of some relief. Okay. I mean, knowing Burgess, he would go for his inn. That's where his everything is. So, And you chose not to go with him.
No.
All right.
No.
Vinden's incapable.
Yes, Winden is actually.
I do agree with Viscane, however, as this problem continues to be one, it will only get worse before we start to help. So how about we go ahead and get to where the wards are and stop the tide first, and then we can worry about everything else after that. Yeah.
Okay. That is a good order. I've given you, and he points at Zan, a health potion. Mm-hmm. How are the rest of you faring? Have you made how are your supplies? I mean, if we're going to go out there, are you armed?
I need
Angela, I need healing.
healing.
I'm fine.
Except I actually, literally, Anna, turn around and shoot me. Yeah. So Bernard kind of like looks himself over and is like, "Yeah, I could probably use some healing."
Oh, did you switch your numbers? So the green is your health now.
So yeah, I just clicked into the thing, and there's a little heart icon under bar 1. Bar 1 is the green one. Bar 3 is the red. I can change it though.
No, it's fine. I just need to know. So
I'll match
for some
everybody
reason,
else.
Red is easier for me to think of his health, so that's why I did it.
All right, let me just switch it real quick. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you need healing, and it looks like Percy needs healing.
Yep.
All right. So Tas'ar is gonna rummage through his robes and pull out 2 more vials of health potion. He's like, I had 5 total. I had looted my office. I grabbed everything I thought that would be useful. So here's one for you, and he hands it to Sabrina, and one for Percy.
Good.
10 points each.
Oh, wunderbar. Just 10 flat.
10 flat.
Okay. No. My OCD. 16
like,
of 17.
Oh.
Wait, I remember.
By this point, Zan's gonna walk back up to him and ask, "Where do you have the wards hidden, City?"
The wards are along the city. So I'm sure you noticed, but there was, a clear avenue of approach from each of from east and west Quen'Town. Yes, the different entrances and up to here to the palace. So the main avenues are all protected with ward points. And then also behind the Bard's College is another location. And where's my map of Quen'Yalar? Hold on. DM pulling up stuff. Alright. Oh, come on, load. Load.
In the meantime, we are all here. Seems as though we are capable together. And I will ask that you pay us, actually I will demand that you pay us in advance. In case things go tits up, I hear the saying is called. Just in case. You don't try to skip out on us, and if you do, you've already paid us and we have no reason to chase after you, birds. That would be my demand, actually. So, while you are sitting there deliberating what your next move is going to be, we understand what you want us to do. Pay us in advance, we'll do it for you, and then we all go on a happy little journey away from each other and this horrible place.
He's gonna sigh and I don't have that much gold on me, on my person at this moment.
How much do you have right now?
50 gold.
Ah. So then you will be coming with us to these wards, and you will see it through. And I swear to God, she will cut your tongue out. I'll make it hurt a lot worse. I will.
All right. Well, here's my thing. I need to get a hold of Jordan, because I don't know what he's doing or may have done. So I suggest that we investigate the nearest ward to determine whether it's been tampered with, or from Jordan's tower, there is basically a matrix that powers all the different ward points. So I don't know if it's an instance of a single ward has failed or all the wards have failed simultaneously.
Then we shall visit him instead of an individual ward. We know that the wards are failing, we don't know how many, so we just go to the source and we check with him. And if he has our reward already, then it's 2 birds with one stone, so to speak.
Actually, yes, Jordan has quite the sizable vault.
It is good to know.
I don't know if... And I want Zan to... Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I'll let you go.
Well, as he said, he only has 50 gold on him now, so he's going to pull out his pouch and divide it.
I'll take the whole thing.
Rough.
For safekeeping.
Like, well, are you guys?
No.
Is this man in charge of your finances?
Yes.
No.
Not mine.
Divide it up evenly, or as much as you can. Whatever's left over, he can have it.
I'll
Okay.
have the gold and I'll wait until we start moving.
50 gold from your 150 per person as an initial deposit. All right. So Jordan's tower is actually down by the bard's quarters, but in the restricted side. So Jordan's the quizzical, right? He's an oddball. He actually prefers hanging out where people are not. So let him be. If he's in charge of maintaining the wards, him being on the side of the dead side wasn't so bad, I guess. So we are going to have to go down the main avenue, and there's a smaller lane that runs behind the bard's quarters. It's on the north side of the of Quen'Yalar, and we're going to take that to a small junction that leads into the dead zone, for lack of a better terminology.
Kina, did you get my message?
I see it now.
Okay.
You could roll perception, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to. Oh, pretty good. Yeah, so you get the sense that he's a little bit panicked and tired and clearly on a mission to get through this. He seems legit concerned and trying to figure out how to handle the mess.
Okay. Danky.
Zan's still gonna walk up to him and say, "You may seem like you want to help us, and we understand that this is your city. But if you double-cross us at all, rest assured we will come after you. You will regret it with the highest regard." And I'll do this.
Oh my god.
Wait, did you?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you do that in Roll20, or how'd you do that?
I did that using SoundPad.
Awesome.
Wait, did you just growl like
You
a
did
fucking-
growl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a new development. Quizzically, I kind of look and I'm like, I need to pass this over. More important shit's going on right now. You have now had 3 of us tell you not to do anything. We will help you. That is where it stands. It is up to you now to lead the way for us, because we do not know where we are going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan's
Y'all
tower
are a
it
bunch
is.
of untrusting, edgy motherfuckers.
Follow the Twitchy man.
Trust is not part of this equation, only that you do your part, we do ours, and then after that we can worry about trust and betrayal.
Jordan's tower it is then.
All right, off to
Who's the
Jordan's tower.
Okay.
So, as you guys group up to leave the palace, you remember that you had shut the doors, but there's still zombies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Tas'ar's gonna steel himself and say, "All right. Were there many? How many zombies do you think are out there?"
Is there a back door out of here, or is that the only way in and out?
Is it the quickest way out is the question.
He stops and thinks about it for a moment. It's like, well, there's not a back door, but there are windows.
How about this? Percy, you're strong, right?
I heard Windows.
Percy.
Oh my god,
Yes,
Percy!
I'm strong.
Alright. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna move my hatchet from holding the 2 doors jammed, and we're gonna inch the door open. You hold it. I'll take a look quickly.
Oh, I thought we were gonna throw everyone out the windows and run.
I don't know if everybody's got the skill for that.
That's a plan B.
Alright. If the doors seem to fail, window.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just start heading towards the door.
Okay.
We'll probably like open the one where my hatchet is like just physically like wedging the 2 handles together. And Percy, you just hold the door. I will quickly peek.
Okay, Percy, roll a
Alright.
strength check.
Fuck.
Okay.
Hey, not bad.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
And I will, while you hold it open, I'm just gonna quickly and then pop my head back in. Would I roll investigation for that? Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. How many
Well-
are there?
Immediately outside the door, you can see 2 going thud, thud, thud. And then past that, you can't really tell.
Okay. I'll pop back in and I'll be like, how far is Jordan's tower from this door? At the
Well, it's, as I explained, all the way down the lane. So a good half mile, maybe?
We better get moving then.
Alright.
You are...
I'll grab my great axe and I'll wait for Percy to open the door and I'll just hack at one right off the bat. As soon as it like gently walks in.
Okay.
As soon as we start, we cannot stop. And if you get left behind, it's pirates' rules.
And while we get ready for this, and while Percival starts opening the door, he's gonna ready a javelin,
Okay.
just so you can throw it if he sees any that are a bit further back.
All right. So, 1, 2, 3 doors go open, and you can roll for your attacks. The Kane and Percy.
Okay. Alright.
Oh. Okay. Well, the 11 is your hit, right?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you totally swing wide. But Percy gets a good stab in for 9 points of damage.
Good.
Hey.
So- But you know what, for funsies, I'm gonna say you swung wide on that first one, but you managed to clip and knock off the arm of the one next to him.
Nice.
Alright.
Grumble, grumble. Yeah, doors open, and you see 2 zombies.
Alrighty. Do we roll initiative?
Nah, you guys can do this.
No? Okay.
It's only 2
Alright.
zombies. It basically is your choice. Do you want to hack them down, or do you want to just run past them?
Well,
Probably.
Are we going to stop and kill every
Doesn't
single
look
one?
sounds like
That's just impractical.
Agreed.
Yeah. We can kill
Running
these
sounds
2,
a smart
and
idea.
then go on from there, sneak around from there.
Hmm.
Okay.
Destroy some.
Alrighty. Not how do I do this again?
We shall destroy some.
Alright. How do I reset this?
I think if we just
There we go.
re-roll our initiative, it should.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
to clear the list to have the old stuff on it.
Make sure you click your token before you hit initiative.
Yep.
Thanks
Oh.
for reminding me.
Okay.
Alright.
There we go.
Why didn't it register me again?
Are we waiting? Oh, no. I think everybody's in.
Funny story. Yeah, sorry about this. I'm rusty.
They're all good.
Okay. Zombies are slow.
King, you're not in quite yet. Oh.
I know, I rolled a 14. I don't know why it didn't register for me.
Did you click the token first?
Click the token, yeah. My little, symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I clicked it, but it didn't register.
Okay,
it is
that's
because I'm
weird.
probably working on 2 different screens, so...
Oh, dog's barking. Yeah, so zombies rolled really freaking low. So,
I rolled a 14 if you can add me.
Where are you, Kane? Oop, not 174. There you go.
Is your weapon supposed to add your modifier twice to the damage outcome grid? Is your weapon supposed to add your strength modifier twice?
No. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Let's see. There you go, fixed.
Alrighty. Oh, huh, I missed somebody. Sure. Ta-da! Alright. No, do what I want you to do. Should be everybody, and currently zombies are on the bottom of the list, so Kiki, you're up top for what you want to do.
I'm going to be... Kiki's gonna try and be as stealthy as possible, so she'll probably try and move fast and be quiet past them.
Okay.
So, I guess, would that be a Dex? Or, I guess, I don't know. What would you like me to do in order to, I guess, run by
Assume
them?
the doors are open. So you have these 2 large doors that Kane has opened. Yeah. I don't know if you see me if I highlight stuff. Do you see that?
No, it must be on the GM layer.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I see. Yeah,
That's
these
me.
doors.
Yeah, so, this door is open. This zombie has taken 9 points of damage. This zombie has missed an arm. He's taking a little bit of damage, too. Let's make you this. And, yeah, so you have how much movement? How? Come on.
Actually... I guess if they're already attacking, Kiki would be attacking too, I guess. So
yeah, you may. Yeah, so just pick which one you want to hit.
Attack that one, and... It's been a hot minute. I don't think this is correct. I don't think I ever fixed this. I think that's the actual damage, though. Hold on.
No, we can count that as your damage if you hit. So you want to just roll a d20 and figure it out.
Yeah, because it's a d20 plus your dex with rapiers, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, finesse weapon.
Yeah, so I think it's a 5 for me.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it's +3 for my dex and then +2 for proficiency. So
yeah, +5, yeah. Alright, so oh, there you go. You definitely hit. And, you want to do 9 points of damage? Since you rolled that earlier?
I don't know if that's actually... I don't think I set up her weapon correctly,
okay.
is the thing, so... I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it looks like that 9 that you had there was actually the hit rather than the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
That's the D20.
It's doing a D20 plus 5 is what that 9 is.
Well, then we can say I missed. And I can figure out my weapon later.
Alright, you missed. Alright, next is, Zan.
But for my turn ends, I'm just gonna pass off a bardic inspiration to Sabrina. Now I'm done.
Okay.
I feel inspired!
See, this is...
Kick their ass!
Unstoppable!
Oh my... I'm on fire!
I'm just checking to see how far away this is. 25 feet. I'm gonna just move him back just a little bit.
You want to move him back? Oh,
bit.
you have that weird
for his
range
gun.
thing.
He's got a range,
Yeah.
so.
Cyberna, how tall are you?
Duck!
Yeah. Whack. I think I'm 5'10".
That's totally fine. I'm gonna have my gun just. Well, I'm gonna yell duck to Cyberna, but I'm gonna make sure I'm still up high enough above him. And I'm gonna shoot my my thunder cannon at the zombie to the left of him.
The one that's in front of Kiki? Or that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Did 17 hit?
Yeah, 17 hits. And
Okay.
13. Oof.
Actually, I gotta remember to make that disadvantage, but...
Does it have advantage on it?
It's disadvantage anything
No,
below
no,
150.
this we got 2 zombies. We're gonna go with this. Okay. You just chunked it pretty good. It's barely standing.
Okay. Alright.
And well, next is Percy.
Okay. So it's been way too long. If I were to make like just a step forward, would I still be able to attack? I remember
you
I got
can
that
move and
wrong
attack.
a lot.
If
You
you
can
have
move
a
and
reach weapon, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then in that case, I'm gonna take a step in front of Cyberna, and just with my halberd go and swing at the left one here.
Okay.
I don't remember how to do the signal thing, but
I'm just gonna say, like, if you roll to hit it, like, it's just roll for hit, because any damage you do is pretty much gonna take it down. Oh look, you
Hey.
missed.
what do you know?
Yeah. So
Can I use my big dick energy?
to re-roll that, yes, you may if you want to.
Awesome.
You come forward and you're just like swinging this halberd, like whiff, whiff.
Big dick energy! Whiff!
So it's
I'm a
it
little
seems
off
like
practice.
it seems like big is a pretty you know.
The size
Not
is
the
what
right-
A
matters.
forgiving term.
It's how you use it.
Well, clearly
Well,
you
you
don't know
missed.
how to use it either, so.
You still have a bonus action.
Performance issues, it's alright.
I don't have any bonus actions.
Oh.
Alright.
Well then, you still have movement if you want to do any other movement stuff.
No,
Going
I'm good.
once, going twice. Okay, Val, your turn.
I'm gonna try and like aim for this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit it with my crossbow.
Ooh.
Shlink. Yeah, that thing is kaput. There's a way for me to mark this. Maybe that's it.
You
There.
click on it? Yep.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Key.
Well, that's one down. Next
That's me.
is Kane.
So it would be
Kane's
Kane.
I'm gonna just go ahead and swing for the one in front of Kiki. Just straight up.
Thanks.
Well, you miss and you manage to clip Kiki's arm off.
Well, that was
I'll
a
grow
back.
another. I'm like a tree.
Zen was about to chime in. No, I'm not even gonna try to explain it.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of nuts.
Oh, you just whiffed again.
Yeah.
Everything's missing.
You guys are
How
tired.
great-
You're just
hold on.
like you've been had a harrowing day and you're just not seeing straight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Long day.
What else do you want to do? Long day.
I have nothing else I can do, I think. Nope. So, Tas'ar,
She
you're up.
passed turn.
Tas'ar, you're up. All the way back there where he's standing by the statue.
You're gonna hear him harumph. It's like, ugh, why is this taking so long? And then, pew, 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 3 magic missiles go launching,
Oh, Jesus.
arcing over your guys' heads, and go smashing into the zombie, and is kaputsis.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Alright.
So he isn't incompetent.
No, he's not. He's just not.
That tells me
enough.
his level at least. You said 3, right?
I said 3.
Okay, I know his level. Okay, thank you.
I know it now too. Thank you, Lenore.
Magic
Now can we run
my
forward?
favorite spell.
Yes.
Finally!
Now we
Let's
can get
go!
moving.
All right. Where are you? Sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. All right, so you guys can step out of the palace. Previously, you had yes, clear. Thank you. Remember the city streets that you had passed through, which I mean we could go look at, but there's really no point. So I'm just gonna like montage, describe it. You guys stepped out of the palace in your nice little group. The courtyard, there's a couple of shambling zombies, but they're far enough away that they don't pose an immediate threat. You go through the gates, running downhill along the main avenue, where you'd also seen some undead and stuff. It's more empty. You don't really see any undead presence. Some evidence of violence earlier in the day. As you skirt along the avenue, I don't know, Kane. Grizz, really. If you want to pull up the map of Quen'Yalar for everybody's reference, but I don't have it loaded on Roll20, and I should have done that. And I'm sorry. My bad.
I have a map of Quen'Yalar.
Hold on, let me see if I can get one in here real quick. No, go away. My library.
No, stop.
Do I? I do
Why
not.
Are you like this? Why are you like this?
Anyway, map of Quen'Yalar, you're basically like, you were in the palace, you have like a road that goes down like a chunk of the city, and then there's like a rectangular kind of polygon shape for the Bard Quarter, and there's an avenue along the back of the Bard Quarter on the north side. You're taking that avenue. So the south side, basically, as you're running down your left, would be the back of the buildings of the Bard's Quarter, and to your right are the facades that are the barrier to the dead zone, as we'll call it. And you're gonna run all along this path, going straight until it meets a junction at the corner of the Bard's Quarters. And here you will see one of those orating statues, except for unlike most of the other statues, which had a more peaceable appearance, this statue is more like a suit of armor. But you'll notice that it's like terracotta looking, like it's made from clay.
Oh.
So, as you guys stop in front of it, Tas'ar raises his hand and says, "Hold, we need to address the statue for permission to enter, because if you don't, Jordan likes his booby traps. He's really into security. So you're gonna see the wizard guy walk up to the statue and place his palm on the base of like where the feet are on the pedestal, kind of the statue, and then lift his hand, wait a few seconds, and then put his hand back on and lift it again, and then harumph to himself like, nothing's happening. So
that's broken as well.
That's broken. Yeah, so he's gonna look at you guys. Okay, this should activate and ask for identification for passage through the barrier, but it's not reacting. Like it should, and it's not. So something has happened. And you see Tas'ar like kind of walk around the statue looking at it from all angles, and then remember how I described previously that a lot of the buildings are kind of like Wild West style, where like the front is a polished facade, but like behind it it's just like garbage, right? It's like it's fake, right? So this is what you're walking past. There's a small road, which, as you look down it, all the buildings in this region are no longer, like, they're ruins. They're not the freshly painted. You know, the road is clearly broken up, cobblestones with moss and grass and weeds growing in between it, and buildings are crumbling. So you see Tas'ar very carefully tread towards this decrepit area, and like he's waving his staff, like, kind of in front of him, almost like he's checking to see if anything triggers. And then he stops after a few feet, and he's like, this is more serious than I thought, because none of the security measures are activating right now.
Everything is magic based.
Yes, everything is magic based.
Okay. Well, if everything's magic based and nothing magic is working, I guess we should just keep moving forward to Jordan's tower.
Okay. So I was like, I will caution you, as that Jordan likes his traps, likes his security. So I would suggest that we approach carefully, because I don't know everything that he has in store, and just be on your guard.
Can anyone in our group investigate for traps?
That would probably be Val, right?
Or I don't know, we got a rogue somewhere, right?
That's fine. That's fine. Val can do it.
Oh, and Sabrina.
No, it's fucking cool. It's cool. It's fine.
You've hurt his feelings.
It's okay.
Apologize to my friend.
That wasn't Zan that said that, though.
No, that wasn't Kiki talking either.
I'm sorry, Chops.
Okay. So, as you guys slowly walk into this less friendly environment, you will kind of make out that while most of these buildings around here are quite decrepit, there's a building that stands taller than most of the surrounding pieces, and it's sort of it's what you'd think of for like a mage tower. It's kind of cylindrical, you know, a circular tower with kind of the top of the tower is wider than the base, so you have like a really.
You can just say it's a giant dick in the sky.
Sure.
As we walk towards it, Kane is gonna go, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your long hair. And then he's just gonna kind of wait, and then nothing's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna be like, I read it somewhere.
Okay. In that instance, Kane, can you roll perception for me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Oh
is this
my
happening?
Goodness. You don't notice
Oh
shit.
yeah, I don't notice anything.
All right. Can everybody roll perception, please?
Oh god. Hardly anybody
Looks
sees
like
shit.
today's the day of the bad rolls.
All right. So it looks like Sabrina and Val are streetwise citizens. Pick up that. Hey, isn't that a window up there in the tower? And, it's wide open.
Lo, a window. It be wide open.
Hark, a window.
I'm just trying to remember Romeo and Juliet now, but I don't know the line.
And also, you will perceive what appears to be a grapple hook and some rope dangling down.
Oh, Jesus.
I swear to God it was not me. I've been with you the whole time.
That's a lie.
Okay, so there is Tas'ar did not notice this initially either. He's more concerned with the base of the tower. You see him kind of doing like a little hopscotch on certain not rocks, but like the stone tiles around the tower, like carefully probing with his staff, because he's just like I mean, this is somebody who knows the guy that you're gonna go visit, and he's just like, he's clearly on edge. Like he's not
paranoid
sure.
as fuck.
He's
I love
paranoid as fuck right now.
Mhm.
So he's more concerned with the ground and has not noticed the window ajar and such. So you may or may not bring it to his attention.
Are we at the base of the tower now?
Yes, you're close to the base of the tower. So I'd say you're about 10 feet from like the actual stone itself, the stone walls.
And the grapple on the rope is like, I guess, like within reach. I guess if we were to walk up to it, right?
Most likely.
You'd have
Like
to probably
it's.
jump, but you could do it.
I'm gonna look to Saberna and I'm gonna point at the rope and just utter
Air balloon.
and I'm gonna walk under it and stick out my hand like I want him to high five me.
I give her a high five. Boop.
Alright. Am I floating now?
If you want to be.
I want to float up to the rope and grab it.
I believe.
And I'm gonna sticky my leg out towards him and kind of wag it for him to grab onto so he can climb up.
Grabs,
What is
straight
this, like,
faced.
Lupin the Third. I'm gonna grab on too.
Look, y'all, I'm Mary Poppins.
I'm gonna grab.
I'll grab
And
Saberna's foot as he's
I'm
going,
gonna-
and I'll put my hand out for Percy to grab. So it's just a big
I'm
chain
going
of-
to continue to levitate myself up, and I'm gonna use the rope as, I guess, like an anchor so that I'm still, where I should be.
Not just like,
Actually, Mary Poppins and
Beautiful.
So are we all just hanging up onto each other?
yeah,
Yep.
why not? Just a human.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Monkey in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Then I guess you're gonna start climbing up the window's about 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
So you're gonna slowly crawl up there. Kiki, you're up top, right? So as you get towards the window, you see that it's like it's a there should have been metal bars there. Like there was like wooden shutters that were flown. They're kind of like cocked off, like they got thrown open roughly. And there are bars, but some of the bars are missing, and they look corroded. But there's enough space for you to fit through, if you so desire.
May I, perchance, glance inside just to make sure the coast is clear before I
Absolutely.
clamor?
Would you roll investigation, please?
Investigation. Sure. Oof, that's
Pretty
better
good.
than I thought.
Boys.
All right. So in this room, it's dark. Mainly the light from the late afternoon is what's casting into the shadows. But from what you can see, there was some kind of struggle. So there's lots of debris scattered around, toppled chairs, vials, and things. But you don't have a super good look at what's inside. Generally, the impression that it's some kind of almost like a laboratory room.
Okay. But I don't see, I guess, anyone in
You
the
don't see
immediate
anyone,
vicinity. Okay.
But you
I'm
see
going
with your
to-
elven eyes.
Oh!
With your special
no.
eyes.
No.
It looks like there was a real big party here. Let me get a closer look.
And I'm gonna climb in.
Here we go.
Okay. You step in to the room is, I'd say, about 15 feet across, and there's really solid looking door to your left, a very large door too, like definitely made to fit something larger than like your average person. And again, you see like desks and like kind of a laboratory station to one side. And as you step into the middle of the room, you feel a crunch underfoot from glass files, as well as some kind of like maybe a vase or some kind of porcelain or clay.
Some sort of ornament.
Pots and things, that have been broken. And are you going to make room for the others to come in behind you, or are you asking them to stay?
I would probably do a quick look around first, and then I'd lean over the windowsill and offer my hand and help people in.
All right. What order are you guys going in?
I think it was Saberna, and then it was Kane, and then I don't know after that.
And then
Percy, and then it was Zan, and then Val, I think.
All right, and then quick question: Did any of you guys alert to Tas'ar that you were doing that?
Nope.
I did say I am Mary Poppins, y'all pretty loud.
I absolutely did not jump onto this daisy chain. But
oh, really?
So Delia and Tas'ar are down at the base.
Yep.
Did Val?
I did not.
Oh.
So Delia and Val and Tas'ar are down below, and the others are up at top. Okay.
I kind of did this on a whim, so honestly,
just keeping
following
track
me was
of
a terrible idea.
I'm gonna peek over the corner after everybody gets pulled in. I'm just gonna be like, it's clear. You should probably get up here. Yeah.
I'm gonna look over and be like, Tree Boy, I found your science stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm gonna gesture towards the broken vials.
Tell me, what does your science say about this? I would like to know.
First of all, is it an alchemical lab that it's in, or is it more of like a type of engineering type of lab?
Alchemical.
Alchemical? Probably not as much that Zan would know. It's not as much as I would know here, but it does look like an alchemical lab.
Okay, so the five of you that have gone into the room now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll investigation for everybody.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, hey, my best roll of the night.
What is with my rolls?
Oh my god, Chops.
I was very disinterested in this room.
Freddie Mercury? Yeah, why don't
It's
you
so
shit?
dirty.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's like, oh my god, it's so filthy in here. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm going to stand in this corner and just try to breathe.
Yeah, you're having a minor panic attack. About the filth.
Even the air is
Slight
filthy.
stroke.
Yeah, the air is kind of filthy. It has kind of a sulfurous taint to it.
Oh.
Somebody needs to
A
wash that
sulfurous taint.
I can't play with you guys anymore.
Go on.
Kiki, you're going to notice something very interesting. As you're looking around the room, you see some scattered coins and gems, like wedged into the like where the grout would be, the stone of the floor.
Okay.
You will also notice pitting, as if the stone had been burned by acid.
Huh.
It wasn't me, guys, I swear.
And one of the things that you were stepping on that was kind of crunching underneath all that glass clay bits is a piece of clay, like vase, porcelain, whatever have you. I can't think of the word. Pottery? That's not the right word. Anyway, it's that has a vaguely humanoid shape to it. Like maybe it was one of those
Curator things.
Statue constructs. And as you kind of peruse the debris, you will also find black scales that look really familiar, but larger than, say, what someone is currently wearing on their body.
I'm gonna bend over and pick up one of these scales, and I'm gonna wander over to Kane, and I'm just gonna like press it up against his chest, like where like his regular skin is and where his scales begin. I'm just gonna like tilt my head and kind of compare it, be like,
much too big. I think I found your brother.
I don't have any siblings.
You do now.
So, paranoid Tas'ar, who's been wandering around the outside of the base of the thing, finally notices you guys went up and tugs at the grapple hook and says, "Hey, what have you found up there?"
I'm gonna lean out the window and say,
Looks like there was a struggle. There's a lot of broken stuff up here. Signs of, like, acid corroding the ground. One of your clay people is broken to bits. Here's this thing.
and I'm gonna toss down the scale.
Tas'ar's going to attempt to catch it.
It is really
Fails.
quite filthy.
It totally
in here.
just clatters to the ground, and he has to bend down to pick
He's
it
like,
up.
ha! Like when you
And-
throw
and then
keys
he
at
stopped.
somebody.
He's like, "Did you say that there was a clay statue broken up there?"
Yeah, he's totally toast.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh shit.
So that does
Who's
not bode
God?
That
well.
doesn't sound good.
Sounds like a great time, if you ask me.
Jordan's tower is guarded by
A black
golems.
Oh,
So
Oh.
if it broke a golem, that's bad.
Oh.
That's real bad.
Kiki, unaware of what a golem is, just kind of like tilts her head and she's like,
Oh. Well, sure.
Kina,
Yes.
if I pick up one of these scales, would I be able to investigate what it might be? And if it's
Absolutely.
something that might interest me, would you be able to DM me it?
You would know what it is exactly. It's a very common spell. It's not common. It's a spell component that is powerful and sought after, and it's Black Dragon Scale.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Huh.
start buttoning up my jacket. Put my collar up and just like button that too.
Kiki's just gonna run her hands up and down your scaly titties, like, I found your brother.
Is there a pair of stairs leading down to possibly a door to open it for them?
Possibly. If you ventured through that doorway to your left.
Or wait
Before
for
he
my left?
goes down, I'm gonna halt him and be like, so this scale is part of a black dragon. Do you know anything about those types at all?
And Cade's like, nope, not at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna put my hands on my thighs and be like, a black dragon! I've never heard of one, and then I'm gonna walk downstairs.
Not blaming you. Just wanted to know.
Percival's
Kina,
just
can
gonna,
I-
like-
Can I use Divine Sense? See if there's any undead within 6.
It's what, 60 feet?
Yes.
You get a tingle. Like you're in a city full of them, technically. So yes, you definitely feel them, but nothing like super. You have a pocket of safety, I guess, right now.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna head down so I can get the door open for the folk outside.
Okay. You're gonna walk past that door and go to where stairs should be, but aren't. And you'll notice that there's inscriptions in like a really elaborate pattern on the floor, but that's it.
Do I recognize the language?
Roll an Arcana check.
so is this
I don't
No.
recognize anything.
No, you
Can-
don't. What even
Can
is this?
Zan
Is
go
this a
up and make
floor?
an Arcana check?
Yes, San can.
Can Percival
Okay.
also go and make an Arcana check?
Absolutely.
Can Saberna go to the window and make is the grappling still there check?
Yes. The grappling is still there.
You should have taken the Saberna elevator, and now you have to climb up this thing. Hope you have the strength check for it.
Percival, you recognize the inscriptions on the ground as the teleportation circle.
Oh, motherfucker.
Would I know how to use this?
No.
Didn't think so.
No.
Zan wouldn't
So
definitely.
it's just this one room then
On this level, yes.
that we can only access.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Somebody should probably get Tas'ar up here.
He can make the climb.
I'm gonna bend over the window sill and be like, Tas'ar, Jordan has teleportation. We don't know how to use that. Please come up.
Sounded like you're complaining to your mom. Tas'ar!
Teleport.
He's using the teleporter and it's my turn.
I can't
Mom
use
says it's my turn with the teleporter.
Oh god.
Huh. There's a teleportation circle? Okay, so... Actually, can you, like, find, like, a piece of paper and draw the shape of it real quick and then toss it down to me?
Sure. Can I find a piece of paper and charcoal around?
Yeah, there's, like, strewn papers and
I'm
like,
not
books
gonna-
you could tear sheets out of.
I'm not gonna draw it since you said it's like an etching, right?
Yeah, you could do an etching of it.
I'm gonna just put the paper flat and I'm just gonna rub the charcoal across the floor on the paper and just get
Okay, you might need several sheets to cover that.
Son of a bitch.
You should have given him your commission prices first.
I was completely
So
expecting
you can
Kane to
either
just draw a
freehand,
circle on the
like,
paper.
draw-
I'll performance check to freehand the living, but Jesus had this.
All right, go ahead. You can do a.
I did child handwriting.
So
I'm
the
right-handed,
important
but I
thing-
used my left just for fun.
Do you
Alright.
need help?
It's like a really pretty glyph, but then you like put a big smiley face in the middle of it.
But then, like, there's a penis at the top right corner of the drawing too. It's just like, there you go.
Kiki's gonna wander over and ask Kane if he needs help.
I'm gonna be like, don't look at my drawing, and then I'm gonna go drop it over the corner.
Oh my god. Is it even legible?
Tasar's gonna collect the piece of paper and kind of like study it for a little bit and like kind of like tilt it side to side, like I think, huh, okay. And then he's going to rummage in his robes and pull out some fancy-looking wizard chalk and start scribbling the pattern onto the ground. And gesture at Val and Delia to stand in the portal, in the circle that he drew. Gives like a quiet prayer to some goddess that you're not sure who it was. And then, if Delia and Val, you have the option of stepping the circle or not.
Let's go.
Okay. And Val's typing, so
I feel so bad because like Delia just wanted the party.
About to get diagonalied. Like, yeah, I totally. I didn't look at like the picture that dropped down with the smiley face and the dicks. I'm just like,
Yeah.
yep, let's do.
He
They're gonna
seems
get
to know what
permanent
he's doing.
smiles and
It's
a dick
fine.
on their head or something.
So, yeah, you see Tas'ar do some crazy, weird wizard gestures and mumble some stuff under his breath, and then, whoomph! The world disappears as far as you're aware, and then molds itself back around you as suddenly you're standing face to face with Kiki and whoever else was in that room with you.
It worked.
It worked. Luckily, while your writing was atrocious, it was close enough that Tas'ar was able to make an educated guess. Like, whew. Well then, glad that worked. And then he's still got like this kind of crazy man face as he like touches the walls and like you see him do some like arcane finger motions and mumble and like look around.
Detecting magic.
Detecting magic, yes.
While he does that, there were jewels and coins on the floor, right?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and just start collecting those.
Oh, okay. Well, they're kind of hard to reach. So, because they're like really small things that are like wedged in like the grout lines of the stone.
Oh,
So,
they're in the actual. Okay, never mind then.
yeah. So it's like things that had been dropped and got like stuck into the floor.
Gotcha.
So I mean, you can spend some time scratching at it, but you know, it's not a lot.
I just got my nails done, so now.
Yes.
So, the tower we're in, is it the Matrix? Like, it powers all the wards?
No, this is more like a study room.
Okay.
So like a little library, not a library. Like a small like
Lab?
yeah, like a lab, a small lab.
Okay.
But yeah, so you saw evidence of a broken up golem. You saw evidence of the window being cast open, and what were our iron bars corroded and broken. Acid pitting on the stone floor, broken bits and bobs everywhere. A little bit of treasure wedged into the floorboards, and Tas'ar is going to notice some streaks of gore on the floor.
Are they going through that fancy door? I want to go through that fancy door that no one's gone through yet.
Well, the teleportation thing was on the other side of the fancy door. So like the doorway into the lab area was like the one room on top, and then there's like a door to where normally there would have been stairs to go down the tower, but actually it was just a teleportation circle.
What a lazy whore of a wizard.
Well,
Oh my god.
I mean,
love
if he
it.
casts the spell again, wouldn't he be able to just maybe descend to a lower level that might also have another one? Or does that literally just lead to outside?
No. So that teleportation circle is basically like a permanent plot to that location. So that you can cast, once you know the runes to that location, from anywhere you can cast teleportation.
Oh.
It will take you to that. So it's more like a landing zone.
Okay, so pretty much where we're at, we have no way of going to any of the lower levels.
Correct.
Unless we find the
Okay.
teleportation circles
Yeah.
anywhere.
So what have we found out in this room? What can you glean from this, Tas'ar?
He's gonna look around a little bit. He's gonna mumble to himself, pick at his chin, examine the golem. He's particularly concerned about the fact that there's a broken golem and that it is shattered. And it's like, what else did you find here? You found dragon scale? Well, that's a common component. I mean, that was a point of contention even that you know, the reagent cost of maintaining the wards and the illusory headbands and all the bits and bobs. It was an expensive process. Like magically, reagent, and he's just continuing to mumble to himself and something. Whatever did this. I mean, could it? It doesn't make sense.
Could it what?
Well, this dragon scale, you know, it's of a size that it has to be a juvenile at best, a small dragon specimen. Not so a wormling wouldn't have the capabilities of destroying a golem, like. So, I mean, but there's acid. So, there's evidence that points towards a black dragon, but a baby? So one must have been here, but it doesn't explain. I mean, a golem would have been immune to anything a baby black dragon could throw at it. So something else must have interfered.
Are the golems a part of the spell that's gone throughout the entire city?
Some are. Each golem has. I mean, as I understand it, that's Jordan's speciality. Really, is golems. But each one should be enchanted to a singular purpose and not flounder. Like a golem can outlast its master. So I don't understand. I mean,
The best bet would be right now to head over to the Matrix and figure out what's causing all the wards and everything in the city to go awry.
I agree. But, and he looks around, there's no evidence of a Matrix here.
Is this where it would have been?
I presumed it was his workstation. I mean...
Could have been in the lower parts of the city, underground?
You see him go kind of lost in thought for a moment. Huh. Well...
Because it'd be a lot safer to have these enchantments go underneath the city instead of over the city, where they're more vulnerable.
I'm afraid that I have to concur. Which may be what has disrupted. I wonder if Jordan may have perhaps co-located the Matrix with the Mummy Lord? I mean, that's some powerful protection right there. The Mummy Lord isn't seeking to destroy the city or its denizens. It's just, he's there to protect it. And the wards would have been a measure of protection.
Could a Black Dragon go against the Mummy Lord?
I mean, maybe an ancient, an adult, perhaps, but a wormling? That seems unlikely.
Our best bet is to decide if somebody had come to the city and tempered the entire system with a Black Dragon. Had to be something powerful, too.
Aye, something powerful. Let's see what else we can find here. Just in case. And he's gonna start rummaging through the debris. He's picking up books, glancing at them, throwing them down, and dusting things off. He digs through the armoires. Yes, Kiki, you can sense motive again. He's a man on a mission. He's as far as you can tell, just trying to find stuff. Rummaging through everything, and he finds a drawer within a drawer, and in that is a really pretty journal that looks like it's been drawn on by like a little girl, like with this beautiful calligraphy and shit, like Jordan's journal.
Today, Tas'ar was an asshole. I don't really like him that much. He smells like an old dude.
God.
He thinks he can do magic like I can, but I'm the best in my class.
That's not too far off. Um,
Then.
yes, he kind of flips through the pages looking for the most recent entries, and then kind of skims some pages, and then just goes back and forth and harumphs to himself, and hands it to Kiki.
I will take it and I will read it.
Tas'ar was a jerk face today.
Oh.
Ha! I called it.
Beautiful.
Once again, he denies my request for funding. I mean, I found a renewable source for these stupid headbands that he wants me to keep making all the time, not realizing the drain on our finances. I mean, come on. Do you know how expensive dragon scale is? Or dragon's blood? Even worse? Ah! And I finally find a renewable source, but he's going to freaking pinch the drawstrings on me. I am so upset right now. Yes, I know it's not a good idea to deal with the drow, but they managed to get a hold of things that I can't find anywhere else, and this stupid high elf with his stupid principles about not wanting to deal with lesser beings, as he thinks. Stupid elf. You stupid face.
I like Jordan.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn over.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. Is that the extent of the entry?
That was one entry, yes. Next entry. My visitation to Tas'ar was quite successful. I have secured my product and just waiting for my finances to clear. But delivery is to be scheduled shortly. And I am making my laboratory ready for our new guest. Next entry.
Real quick, before you begin the next entry, would I know that city?
Tas'ar, you probably wouldn't.
Okay.
But you guys can roll a history check. Everybody who's listening. Zan knows. Oh boy.
Ilya knows.
Yeah, y'all know.
I've been to a lot of places. I travel.
Yes, have I.
So Tas'ar is the mercantile capital of the Drow and the Underdark. It is like the black market. And it's a really shady, dangerous place.
Mhm. Lenore, were you like talking about like the entire thing as you were reading it?
No, I would be reading this silently, so you guys would not know what I'm reading yet.
Okay.
Well, I guess Kiki, you kind of know that, like, isn't that a Drow city somewhere? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, next entry. There was a delay in the delivery of our new guest. Apparently, someone of import took umbrage to the selling or the sale of this item. They caused no end of grief in my trying to secure this arrangement. This woman is certainly a thorn in my side, but I believe that I've sweetened the pot. That despite her interference, delivery will happen, and we can get past this little bump in the road. I mean, these headbands, man. I don't know how much more I can keep recycling these things. I'm really running low.
Oh, also, Kina, just so that we're not seeing like the palace map, would you want to switch scenes to the actual city map?
Right. I was in the process of uploading that, and then DM stuff.
Oh, okay.
So no, you're fine. I gotta do a thingy and a thingy. Upload. Writing roles. Maps.
So while you do that, Kiki's just gonna mutter to herself and she's gonna say,
Oh, so you're racist and your partner is an idiot. I see.
Pretty much.
Who, Jordan or Tas'ar?
Both.
Oh, Jordan.
I'm saying it to both.
Oh.
Tasar's the racist and Jordan is the idiot. But
I mean,
she's muttering it to herself. But
Zan's was kind of hovering over Kiki, wanting to look at the book, and she's like, when you're finished with that, may I take a look?
No.
Fair enough.
Alright, you guys see the map of Quen'Yalar, right?
Yep.
Alright. So, where's Joshi? You guys are like over here.
Okay.
I'll keep reading.
The delivery has arrived. I'm so excited. Through quite the what's the word? Well, it was a ruckus. But my security measures seem to be working as intended. Turns out clay golems are quite effective in handling baby dragons. They're immune to the acid, and the claw marks and bite force of this small creature is no match. I'm able to manipulate and hold the dragon as needed via the golems, and have arranged a nice little cage for it in my laboratory. And I think I'm making him comfortable. I think it's a him. I haven't really figured that out, but that's not important. The important thing is I have a source for scales, and I have a source for dragon's blood. And acid, actually. That's handy. It's actually quite amusing watching this little creature just spit and gnaw and try and wriggle away from its captors, but I got it. I got it good. End of journal.
I'm gonna slowly close the book, and I'm gonna look up at Tas'ar, and I'm gonna say,
You're gonna need a new partner after this.
Tas'ar, who's been thinking and looking around the room some more, is like, I think that you must be right. 'Cause this is not dragon blood that's on the ground here. And you see him kind of like toe like a smear of gore on the floor. Yeah, good chance. Yeah.
Good, because if he's not dead, I'm going to kill him myself.
and she's gonna hand the book off to Zan since he was curious about it. She was just being like kind of bratty to him about it, but she's gonna hand the book off to him, and she's gonna look at Saberna and Kane in particular, and then she's gonna look at the others.
Pretty much the journal's full of like minor bitching about Tas'ar and like people in general, and why is everybody douches, and why won't they let me have the things that I want to do what I want.
She'll give the cliff notes, and she'll say, while looking at Kane,
it seems like there's another black dragon here, aside from Kane. Guess you do have a brother.
So...
A human half-dragon, or a full black dragon?
It seems like it was a full.
Oh.
Yep. A black wormling.
Oh,
He
so
enslaved it.
a baby.
And there's a baby dragon.
Babu.
Babies grow up.
Yeah, and there was a woman that was upset by the sale of the baby dragon.
Hmm.
So,
Aside from
I think
Kiki.
you probably noticed Kane get a little pissed off. Kind of clench his fists and run his tongue against his lip.
So
what have we... Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, Zan's just reading through the book, and so that's the renewable energy source that he's talking about, is just scales directly from a dragon.
Instead
Correct.
of buying them, he enslaved one and used it. Probably tortured it to get what it wanted when it didn't give it to him.
Fucking idiot knew nothing about dubium. Of course his work failed.
So what have we gathered from all of this information? What can we move forward? Because, honestly, I do not care about your partner. I don't care if he's dead. I don't care about his crimes here. I care about getting my gold and moving on my way. So we need to move along to the wards. I do apologize if this causes you any kind of grief or concern for your health, but that is not my concern. I am here to do what I am asked to do and then leave. So can we all convene and come up with a plan on what we do next, because I am ready to get out of this room.
I agree.
It would make sense to follow some kind of trail.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like any discernible path that like the scales or like the scuffle leans towards? Like, does it go out the window? Does it go
Out the
down?
window, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out the window and I'm gonna take the grappling hook down. I'm gonna slide down.
Okay.
And then once I'm on the bottom, I'm gonna look for which way the trail leads.
Okay.
I'm assuming you want perception.
Yes, please. Or investigation. Yeah, perception's fine. Yeah, you definitely noticed that now that you're looking at it, that there were some claw marks, and some acid pitting, at the window, and then below, there's some more acid pitting on the ground, and some what might be claw marks kind of scrabbling through the dust and headed towards the northeast of where you guys are at. And but you only can kind of make out the claw marks, because after a point you're not really sure how good you're reading, or if it's just like if your tracking skills are up to par. I don't know, like, who might be good at that.
Nope.
Fiberna!
Nope.
I will slide down and kind of look at Kiki and is like, can I use animal handling to like kind of see if there's like a struggle for?
No, you have no animal to handle.
Well, it'd be survival.
Yeah, it's survival.
Okay, can I use survival check then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna like kind of like see if it's struggling or if it's just free and loose in the city.
Ooh, that was good. It's free and loose.
Free.
There's no indication that it had the movement of the placement of its claws and stuff. There's no hindrance as far as you can tell. A full dragon gallop. I don't know how you want to call it, but from the distance of the fore claws and hind claws, it and the weight distribution of the marks, like normal running for a dragon, baby dragon.
I'm probably going to point out the direction of which way it's probably headed to. We're just following based off of tracks.
Okay.
And possibly
All
try
right.
and go find a black dragon.
Everybody who's up in the tower, are you making your way out the window again?
Yes,
Yeah.
immediately.
Okay. I could make you guys roll for fun if you want to.
Or we could always just take the Tas'ar train and teleport down.
Actually, Tas'ar, you said this was the man that had the sizable treasury, yeah?
Yes.
I did not forget. Is this where we were going to be collecting our gold? Or do you need to wait even longer?
Tas'ar's gonna look around. Well, he had a bit of a safe, like a vault here, because I as part of our weekly meetings that I gave him his stipend, his allowance, and I know he had quite the sum because he kept track of the finances for all the reagents he had to buy. But it's not here anymore.
Okay, well then. Onwards, I just needed to know.
Yeah.
So
I
are
mean, if you've thoroughly checked like the entire room, you'd probably come up with like a few silver and like a couple of like really tiny diamonds and stuff.
Nah, I'm not gonna deal with it. It's fine. Continuing, I follow Kane.
Okay.
How high up's the window again?
About 20 feet.
Okay. Percival's not even going to take the grappling hook. He's just going to jump.
20 feet?
Yes.
What the fuck?
He has some
You're
bad
gonna
habits.
take fall damage, boy!
Yeah.
How much more?
I don't remember how to calculate fall damage. Let me see if I can find it.
Is there like a roll I can do to kind of like
I think it's like
prep myself?
If you jump out the window and do a dex check, like maybe catch the rope in the last
I think
second.
it's acrobatics.
1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet.
So 2d6.
The creature lands prone unless it avoids taking damage from the fall.
So if you want to do a quick acrobatics check to see if you catch the rope to control your descent, you can. Nope. Okay.
He grabs the rope, gets rope burn, and falls on his face.
Oh man.
Oh, you're lucky. Take 3 points of damage. And be
you're
prone.
Percival's just gonna like massage his neck and go, I miss feathers.
I'm gonna just keep following tracks, like.
I'm gonna be
just-
following close
just
behind
steadfast,
Kane.
just following these tracks.
I'm very invested in this
So-
dragon.
Hina, do the rest of us actually have to roll to make it out of the window?
That was optional if you guys
Okay.
wanted to.
I mean, that's what my athletics roll there is for.
Yeah, 22.
I'm just gonna follow the Tas'ar teleporter.
Do you know if Percival's here? Actually, he just left.
Oh my god.
Was that
Okay.
Val?
You can't teleport out. You can only teleport 2 circles. He doesn't have a circle at the base.
Yeah, so it's a landing base. So in order to teleport, he'd have to draw a whole new circle to teleport somewhere else.
Out the window.
Out the window. But
While these guys are all paying very close attention to the tracks, I'm going to keep an eye on the city to make sure we don't get ambushed.
Touche.
Say we just all make
that's
it
a good
roll.
point. Why don't you roll perception, Val? Go ahead.
Perception.
Not very observant. Okay.
I
I'm a
hope we-
child, leave me alone.
What's your... Well, you have a passive perception, don't you?
I do. I have a 14 passive perception.
I see. So passively, as you're walking around, it should be at a 14.
It's
yeah?
out of 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of keeping an eye around.
Right now, it's pretty quiet. Like, you're fairly close to like border between the dead zone and like the main part of Quen'Yalar, the theme park. So you're not like in the deep depths of the city, and it's and most likely those undead that have come out that you've encountered already are the ones that were closest to the barrier to begin with. So if you explore deeper into the ruins, your chances would increase as far as encountering things.
Are the scales are leading deep, or the claw marks are leading deeper in, right?
They are.
Yeah, so I'm just following the tracks, trying to find a baby dragon on the loose.
I'm gonna ask Tas'ar, is the Mummy Lord located below the city, or are they located somewhere in the ruins?
There is a temple to Lyra that is hidden within a temple to Corellon. One of the old temples of Corellon. There is the access to the Mummy Lord's crypts. That's to the well, actually not that far from the direction that these tracks are indicating. So towards the the northeast, a few blocks, you will find the temples. But it's I've only been there a handful of times. It's a maze of corridors and crypt rooms and such to get to the main chamber of the Mummy Lord. So we may not want to venture there as. I mean, I would like to prepare before going there, and also I'm still concerned about the power matrix. I'm wondering if it's all there, if that's why the Mummy Lord.
How big is the temple?
No, the temple itself is the upper portions aren't terribly large. You know, it's a small church ground, a large room with some statues and pretty windows and such.
Did you
it's
just
half
say that
painted.
this was an old temple to Corellon?
Yes.
She's gonna sneer and she's just gonna march off.
Depending on how tall it is, it could very much be a conduit for the rest of the city.
Yes. It seems that everything is in that direction. So if we are to start the wards, but the way I see it, we have two options. We can venture forth and try and find this dragon, which we don't even know what that's going to do for us, or try and initiate the wards if we can find the power matrix, but that also would mean potentially encountering the mummy, and he doesn't sound happy right now. We may want to arm ourselves a little better.
It'd be best
I think that a great place to do that would be at the Wellmont Inn and Stables, where that fancy dude that we saved would be. Let's go there right now. And I walk.
I follow.
I'm gonna pull Val aside, and I'm gonna ask them to see their map real quick.
Okay.
What map?
Didn't you scribble up a quick map, right, of the city?
Well, of like the city and like the places around it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly kind of mark with that little piece of chalk at where the tracks were leading, and then I kind of casually follow the group.
Okay.
That works.
I'm whispering to you right now, Val.
Excellent. Also, I can't remember, how do you get it to do the thing?
It's /ME, base.
I thought so, and I was just like, but I don't want to do it just in case it's not.
Alright, so we're heading to the Belmont Inn.
All right, we're heading to the moment. So, yeah, he's gonna take you back behind the bard's quarters, but instead of taking the left to go towards the palace, you're gonna head south through, passing through the main square again, and we're gonna go east towards East Quen'Town through that thoroughfare. And as you make your way through the streets, on guard for any more undead attacks, it seems fairly quiet.
Too quiet.
Quiet, yes.
Can I take advantage of the silence and check on the pie shop? I want to make sure they're okay.
Well, the pie shop's
absolutely
on the
not.
other side.
Absolutely not.
No? Okay.
No, previously when the first attack happened, everyone just started like fleeing in chaos. So most of the people are gone. The city's actually just like eerily empty, and especially since so much of the illusion has faded. Basically, the main magic of Quen'Yalar has like just been extinguished.
All of the patrons, they are also a facsimile.
Just to confirm, no one else knows Sylvan, right?
Nope.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, Val knows it.
I already whispered Val.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you guys make it towards the big gate that separates East Quen'Town, and you find that it is barred. So, Tas'ar goes up to the gate and bangs on it loudly, like, "It's the curator! Open up! Is anybody out there?" And you hear some people shuffling around outside and like, "Sir, is that you?" Like, "No shit, it's me." Open the gates. It's like, are you safe? Is it clear? It's like, there's nobody here but us normal living people. It's fine. Let us pass. And after a little more like confused exchanges, you hear the bolts of the door unlatch and portcullis raised, and the gates inched open as some silly garbed guards poke their heads through and give everybody a quick look, and then open the gates wider for you guys to pass. And as you go through the gates, you notice that it actually is a very fair group of people, like kind of warily guarding the gates. And the walls around Quen'Yalar had been fixed up quite a bit. So, they're thick, tall, like 15-foot walls. They're pretty solid, but mostly wood, and like kind of like adobe, not adobe, but like alabaster. So it's like wood with like a thick, muddy alabaster coating all along it, and it seems to be holding up. So you've got some guards lingering around, and further in you can see like the shanty town that is East Quen'Town. It's very kind of haphazard. Again, not unlike those old west towns where everything's just like hastily constructed. Sorry. I'm gonna go with no for reasons.
Okay.
And as you guys pass through the town, there's a lot of people just like kind of nervously huddled in buildings, half armed with whatever stuff that they could find. I mean, someone's holding up a coat rack like it's a pole arm. And Tas'ar just kind of hurriedly pushes through people as they come out asking questions, and he's like, I'm going to the inn. I will address everybody afterwards. Please keep the gates closed. Everyone stay in as safely as you can. No one go into the main city. We will sort this out. Sorry for the issues, everybody. And he changes as he's addressing everybody. He's not like the super paranoid guy anymore. He's putting on his showmanship. Right? Suddenly he's the P.T. Barnum of Quen'Yalar. And he's projecting more authority and calm than he possesses. And he's trying to be sort of calming and comforting to everybody, but he's carving a path through the town and gesturing for you guys to follow swiftly. And after a good bit of walking, you get through the outskirts of East Quen town, and then it's like this big rolling grassy hill, like very subtle hills, right? And in the distance you can see the Wellmont Inn and Stables, which is a very large, elaborate inn, like a big resort looking place, and like it's surrounded by big fields and corrals of horses and stuff. You can see some very pretty horses, kind of just interestingly enough, like as far away from the main town as possible. Like whatever their part of their paddock is furthest away from like the city, that's where they're clustered. Like they don't want to be close. Like they clearly sense that like shit is off. But you march your way through and go into the inn, which is also kind of guarded by people. And you recognize several individuals wearing kind of silly, like they were probably going to be part of the parade, like extra costumey pieces of clothing. And probably a few of those are bards, or at least performers. And you walk in to this beautifully appointed inn, and Tas'ar says, "Hey, I need to see Burgess. Burgess is here, correct?" And they're like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." And they usher you into like a manager's office. And there you see a familiar face of a bandaged up, very large man with big mutton chops. And he stands up and kind of excited to see you guys. He's like, "Oh, you made it. Tas'ar, what is going on? This is highly irregular. You can't run a business this way, man. Like, this is ridiculous. What's undead and ghouls? Like, what is this nonsense?" And he's just going off, and Tas'ar's like trying to calm him down. Like, look, relax. We don't have it under control, but we can. So, you listen as Tas'ar basically explains what you guys have been doing. That the whole scenario of something has awakened the undead and pissed them off, and that the protections that were in place are no longer in effect, and in fact pretty much all magic has been rendered inert, which is also very troubling. The illusions are down, the wards are down, like the orating statues aren't functioning. The headbands aren't working either. And you need to go in and investigate further, but for everyone's safety, basically Quen'Yalar should be in effect quarantined. So all the gates should be barred, and guards should be arranged to patrol the entire perimeter. And right now, you guys need a rest. And
a meal.
Burgess. And a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And Burgess claps his hands and yells at some people, and soon enough, a big tray of, like deli meats and crackers and cheeses and some hot mulled wine are set before you guys. And I'll go on to say that Wind and Everil got him here safely, and he got
Winston's
bandaged
alive.
up. Yeah, Wyndon's alive. And the bards have been doing their best to calm people and keep everybody. So they've been playing inspirational music and trying to keep the morale up. A great many people, especially those that had been staying in the tents outside the city, have packed up their stuff and have just decided to leave. So most of the people that are still here are either those that couldn't find transportation quickly elsewhere, or who live here in the East and West Quen'town. That this is their livelihood. The some of the priests from the priest of Ogma, led by Priest Erden, are also outside of the city, but they are eager to return because they don't like leaving the library and museum unattended. And that would probably be a good idea to seek out Priest Erden and maybe discuss provisioning. If you're going up against undead, maybe some things like holy water would be useful. And you guys can sit and chat and plan what you think you need.
All right.
Just quickly, so on that map that I have, I would have made a mark of where the tower was.
Mm-hmm.
The direction that we went, tracking them, Baby Dragon, and where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
And could I have gotten Tas'ar to mark the location of that temple too, please?
Absolutely. I can mark that for you.
While that's happening, and we're all sitting, I give everybody 7 gold from that 50 that Tas'ar originally gave us. And there's a little bit of change, and I'll leave that just there. Whoever wants to take the silver, because I think it's like I don't know. Let's see, 14 silver left over, I think, or something like that.
Somebody can have it.
And from the 7 gold I get from Kane, I'm going to give 1 to everyone else.
Oh.
Okay.
Kiki's gonna go sit in the most unoccupied corner and just kind of poke at her hands and look very agitated.
I follow.
I am gonna go up to Mr. Burgess and say, do you still have any armaments around that we could possibly borrow some equipment from?
Armaments. I mean, I have, some training whips for the horses and some tools. As far as like actual, made for fighting weapons, there isn't much here unless you can, scrounge some from the people that are staying here. There's I have hammers for the anvil for making the horse shoes. I've got
That's
fire pikes, and he's just
We're
like
probably on our own when it comes to weaponry.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Oi, but what about? And he's like, I said Priest Erden. The museum. I mean, those relics that they've got in the museum. I mean, could any of those? Like, you've got like some old like elven pole arms or swords or something. Like maybe something there could be.
It could be just an old garden hoe, and just because you put the word elven in front of it does not make it a relic.
Fair.
Any weapon's a weapon.
I guess so. What we do need is a place to rest for a while, so
Yes.
we can recuperate from the first encounter. And from then we can come up with a plan on where we are going and what we need to do. Because the best cost of action for this will be quick, swift judgment, and we pass the sentence and carry it out immediately.
Okay. Well, if it's rest you want, quarters will be made available for you. I hope you don't mind that it might be a little cramped, but I can offer you 2 rooms, and some additional bedding could be laid out for those that are, might have to lie on the floor. But
That will be sufficient.
okay.
And directing at Tas'ar. And as soon as it is at your attention and you can do this, we do require the payment before we go anywhere else. You have had more than enough time to figure out how to get it. I don't care if you had to take it out of the pockets of these people. You will pay us right now.
Okay. So Tas'ar pulls Burgess to the side, and they have a quiet, somewhat heated exchange, and Burgess harumphs and then pulls some keys from his belt and ambles off to some other part of the inn out of sight. And Tas'ar says, "We'll make arrangements. Your payment is on its way."
Good.
And a little while later, Burgess and another individual come inside with some very large satchels that go clinky clinky clang as they are dropped on the table. And he makes a show of counting out 150 gold. So in the efforts of well, no, you've already had 50 technically out of the 150. So all the maths.
So it would be 142 or 43, I believe, left over.
Mm-hmm.
That
All
everybody needs to be paid.
So yeah.
Yeah, 143 paid over.
Steadfastly
How much is
counted.
that?
Like
Wait, you
literally
said
like
that, right?
1 thunk, 2 thunk. Like he just very aggressively counts out your gold. Like he's very unhappy.
Can I assist
that
him
he's-
since I'm good with money?
Can you what now?
Can I assist him since I'm good with money?
No, he's gonna glower at you for even suggesting.
Good.
And,
go ahead.
Yeah, so you guys get your payment. So go ahead and
43 to each person.
Yep.
Besides Zan and Percy, right? You guys are like, I'll take less for whatever.
reasons.
Yeah.
So you got 50, Zan, and Percy, you got
I don't think
50.
my
No, I
terms
said
are-
I would do 100, not
yeah.
150.
Sorry, I think Percy was like 50 and the parade is off.
So it'd
Yeah,
be 90.
but I don't think that those terms were agreed to. So
Oh, okay.
it's still 150 for me.
So what? 100.
143.
Sorry, how much of?
143 gold for each person.
Okay.
Okay.
Plus the 8 or the 7 that was handed out and the 1. So yeah, we got 151 gold coins now.
Right. And Tas'ar claps his hand on the tables and eyes each one of you in turn. Like, remember, I'm paying you, but we're not done yet.
Of course.
Not until this is secured, the situation is stable.
You have a word.
All right.
You have his word.
Okay. So DM note: you have the opportunity to role play amongst yourselves for a bit, or you can proceed to take a long rest.
I'm going to instantly go find a nice corner,
Yes.
take my feet up on the table, and take a long rest.
I'm gonna take a long rest, but I don't actually need to sleep, so I'm probably just gonna go find a corner to skulk off to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to do your little trance thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to one of the rooms and I'm gonna claim the bed. And I'm gonna take a nap.
I slide in the bed next to Delia. I'm like, what?
Oh my
I'm
god!
not sleeping on the floor. It's filthy. Wait, is there another bed?
Yeah, there's 2 rooms.
Personal claim
you can
to the
have-
other
Somebody's
bed.
going to. Oh well. Shit. Which paladin do I pick?
I'm just gonna sit in the corner of one of the rooms and just meditate.
Just FYI, the fact that Delia actually takes a nap is I mean, I'm not sure you want to do that publicly.
Now, is this like a long rest? Is this a sex nap? Like. All right, I take a long rest as well.
Right, everybody take a long rest.
During this time, can I get some more work done on the item?
I mean, you can, but I mean, it has to be like very stationary. Like you'd have to be resting while you're doing it, so it's very minor work.
But when we take a long rest, we do get up to level 2, right?
Yes. So after the long rest, you guys will be full up.
Val will wait until everybody else is asleep, and then they go to a corner and sit up against the wall and fall asleep. Only after everyone else is absolutely asleep or meditating.
And speaking of that, Val, do you do your little thing with the glowy ball bit thingy?
Yeah. I just stare into it until I fall asleep.
Yes.
That does not sound ominous at all.
It's fine. It's like a little mood ring, guys. It literally just hovers in front of Val and changes colors to like pretty colors. Sometimes it's a pretty flower blooming inside. Other times it's like a nice starry sky. You know. And eventually just drift off to sleep.
Then he'll keep his distance, but he'll keep an eye on Val while they're sleeping, while he's working.
Well, all right. Let me DM you, Val, because you're the one who technically know this.
Also, the second that Val was handed that amount of money, their mouth would have just fallen open, like, regardless of what they were doing. If they were eating, there's food just falling out of their mouth. Just like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Sorry. Chit-chatty.
I was gonna say, if you want to, you can message me afterwards as well. Probably easier.
Character sheets.
And,
Who after this?
I'll wait till you're done typing to Fallen. Since he is level 2, he does automatically get that item, right? The wondrous item.
If it says you can get a wondrous item at level 2, then yes.
Okay.
Or does it say you can build one?
That's technically what he's doing, is he built it.
Yeah.
He's building it right now, yeah.
He put the finishing touches on it this long rest.
Yeah, at this point he's putting the finishing touches.
That's cool.
Which wondrous item are you making?
Bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm hoping everybody will, like, because you're still okay with the handy haversack if everybody gives me their bag, right?
If I'm okay with it, or they're okay with it?
Both. I'm wanting to know if you're okay with it, and then
for this wondrous item to take everybody's stuff and make the thing for this right now.
No. Once I build my bag of holding, you said that if I can convince everybody else to
donate
their bag of holding to make the handy haversack.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with it.
All right. Now it just takes convincing.
Mm-hmm.
You better roll some persuasion.
Alrighty then. Val, you got that message okay? Does it mean?
Yeah, I'm just making notes to myself.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think for the sake of time, since it's already afternoon now, that we end with you guys are full up. We've had your long rest, and when we next start our game, we will be provisioning and potentially going forth to meet the Mummy Lord.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Sweet Jesus Christ.
Good to be back.
Everyone, make sure you have your backup characters ready to go.
Yeah,
And
so just like OOC, out of character, dungeon mom, whatever. A base like Mummy Lord in like the dungeon thingy, the monster manual is like a level 16.
Huh.
Why are you doing this to us?
We're level
challenge rating,
2.
yeah, challenge rating
Because
of
there's
15.
because there's
Yeah.
76 of us, and we can
Fair
do
enough.
it with teamwork.
Because story, that's why.
As much as I agree, it's got 19 hit points and an armor class of 17.
19 hit points?
Or
Like, one of you
97,
could-
sorry.
I
97.
was like, 19. One of you
That wasn't even dyslexia.
Oh,
You
wait.
just wrong.
I was looking at, like, armor class, and my brain was like, say both at the same time. I was like, okay.
It's got an ACHP of 1979.
We can't hit it.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
it's nice to be back. Thank you for everybody watching.
Yeah.
We will be
We
back
will see you next time.
next Tuesday. So not this upcoming Tuesday, but the one after that.
Yeah. Next Tuesday we'll if we got anything planned, then we'll let you guys know. Hopefully soon.
You will hear from me on the Twitter if there is anything to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Tuesday,
it out.
the 19th, is when we'll be back on Raining Rolls and Adventures of Quen'Yalar. So thank you for
And don't
everybody
forget to
that
check
watched.
out
No.
because we have all the rest of the stuff.
Alrighty then.
We'll see you next time. Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. Wait, never mind.
Wait.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, and make sure to follow us on our social media and Discord.
Yep.
Yep.
Everything below.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Nope.
Bye.
That one.
Bye.